Hello YouTube friends, this follicle challenge Brummy bloke with dulcet tones is welcoming you to another episode of Dick Small Engines. Now you might remember, last year I picked up a Mountfield 461 RPD self-drive with an SV 150 on top that had drive issues and was a non-runner. In a previous video I've serviced the carburettor, serviced the engine, it's had the full works. You did see the machine up and running, but prior to that machine going out, I wasn't overly happy with the belt, so I've ordered a new belt, and that's since come. And there was issues with that I didn't pick up on the tensioner on the pulley, so we could get some tension on the belt. So in this episode we're going to have a look at fitting the new drive belt and a quick look at the tension pulley and where it is located on the machine, and how you go about putting it, setting it and fitting it back on correctly. But before we start that, we'll go over to the bench and have a quick look at a couple of bits I've had come in. So I'll see you in a minute. Right guys, I've took delivery of this overhead valve adjustment tool. This was kindly sent to me by Henry Morowski, my good friend in America. Now this is for setting your overhead valves, clearances, and you can see there, because they can be very awkward to do. So you've got your ratchet bit there, but you've actually got an exposed channel there. Sorry, let me get that in there, so you can get your Torx bit in through whilst holding the nut, the 10mm nut, which makes for adjusting the valves far easier. So Henry, my friend, thank you for that, sir. I've also had off my mate Luke, Mend It Man, who has his own channel. If you haven't got him, go and check that out. I won this 1/4-inch Baco socket set in a competition on his channel, and I took delivery of that this week, so that will come in very handy for my workshop. Actually my ratchet had gone for a burn on my 1/4-inch socket set, so this, my friend, will come in very handy. Like I say, I won it in a competition, so thank you very much for that, Luke. And like I say, go and have a butchers at Luke's channel, Mend It Man, if you haven't already done so. You can see here the drive housing, belt housing, the plastic welded up in a previous video, still standing the test of time. And in here you can see how frayed the belt is and how there's not really much tension there. I'll have to adjust the drive. So I'll come back to you when that belt's off. So here's the existing belt off the Mountfield 461 RPD. You can see it's very, very frayed. I mean, it's still running, it's still drives, but it's going to be going out this season, so I'm not prepared to let that go out like that. So we'll get back out there and fit this one up. New belt up. See you in a minute. Here's our new genuine belts for this Mountfield 461 RPD. So now we're going to go out in the yard and fit this up on the machine. So if you notice, we've got the new dry pulley fitted and tensioned. I did also notice, if you look here where my index finger is, the tensioner, which tensions the pulley, fits on the transmission. Let's have a look. Transmission box there, it'll come away. So I tweak that spring up, free it up a bit. And now we're nicely tensioned there. Right, before we go out and fit the bout housing and the blade back on the machine, I always use a bit of this copper grease or copper slip. On the bolts, it makes into the lid up, into your crankshaft. You can be quite liberal with it. It's working into the threads, just makes it easier when your next comes to, your machine comes in for a service, or you want to sharpen your blade up. It makes it easier to free it off, especially if you haven't got an impact wrench, powered impact wrench. Just work it round the threads like so. Makes life a lot easier when removing. So I'll go and fit the drive out, bout housing back on the machine, get the blade fitted back up, get some fresh juice in the tank, because I drained all the fuel out over the winter, and we'll go for a fire up. Right, so we're going to go and fire up. Then we'll see if this new drive belt, if it is engaged and tensioned right. So let's go and have a look. Joke. Was smoking a bit because I've had it tipped up and whatnot, but I'll give it a run out. Give it a good run through. Inevitably when an engine's been tipped up, you're going to get a bit of smoke initially. I'll catch you in a minute. So there we have it, the Mountfield 461 RPD. New drive belt fitted and tensioned up correctly. I'm not quite happy with the way it's idling, so in the initial video it seemed okay, but a few minor adjustments on the idling, then that'll be ready to go for the coming season. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, feel free to comment any suggestions. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you fancy it, subscribe. It's free, won't cost you bugger all. And until the next one, everybody take care, keep turning them spanners, and look after yourself. Ta-ra for now.